Hi there, this is Sue at Miller's Laboratory. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be flipping through this journal that I made for my friend Jane. This was a custom order that she requested and I really like it and I wanted to share it with you. I will not put this video up unless Jane gives me permission. I want her to see the book first. So let's take a look. I've got the book tied closed with this sort of burlappy ribbon, and I'm just going to go ahead and take that off right now. And we've started here with the Reader's Digest cover. It's something that Jane picked out. I sent her some choices and this is the one she chose. It's a really cute cover with these pretty colors and these little deer, which I think are really sweet. And so because of the cover and everything, that kind of told us what the theme of the book would be and also the color scheme. So that's what I went with, and then Jane kind of let me do my thing, which was fun. So one thing she did ask for was a dangle on the cover, and so I have created that here. I've just got some different little charms, this cool leaf one here, a little handmade one, and a key. And then I put a couple of old buttons on there and this funky little owl, and I made this little butterfly one. And those just hook up here with a wire. So that can be removed, Jane, if you like. The dimensions of this book are 5 1/4 by 7 1/2, which is typical Reader's Digest. The spine was cracked, and so I had to build a new spine. And so what I did was go ahead and make all the pages, put all of the embellishments in so I would know how thick it needed to be, and then I created the spine and finished the cover. So the book wound up being 2 1/2 inches thick. It's a really fat book. And surprisingly, there are only 166 pages in here. Jane asked for around 150. But because she told me that she doesn't journal so much in the book, but rather like on tags or cards or things that she would put inside, so I put something on almost every page, and that's what made it so thick. So let's open it up and take a look. You can see on the inside cover here I have 2 different fabrics. And actually, if we go back and look at the spine one more time, I wanted to keep this piece of the end paper on the cover. So the fabric of the spine is glued onto the inside of that cover rather than on the outside how I normally do it. Just to preserve that. I thought that was pretty with the gold trim on it. So this fabric you see here goes to the outside, and then the spine is in there, and then this fabric covers that up. So it's very sturdy. From an old vintage book. She wanted a vintage look, and so I did my best to stick to that as well. Just some vellum here laid over the other side of that bird page. Here I took the front page from the original Reader's Digest book, and there was an image here that I didn't really care for, so I cut that out and then just put this on the page, and we tuck that in the pocket so we see that image through the hole, and you can write on the other side of that. Just a little tuck spot. This is another little image that I got from an old book and added a couple of tags in there. An old garden book here. Added some little butterflies. And on this page I just stapled some scrap papers over the top, just to make kind of a little flaggy sort of scrappy embellishment, but you could write on those if you wanted to. Here I've cut out a picture of a squirrel on a branch, and I made that into a tuck spot and just added this tag inside. I kept this tag very simple because I wanted the focus to be on this image rather than what was on the tag. Here I've made a little up tuck, and this little journal card is made from an old German book page with just some embellishment on it, some collage. Some of these main papers I purchased on Etsy. I will try to put the link below. It's not coming to mind right now where I got those, but I chose them because they went with the color scheme on the cover. Here's a little pop-up of a butterfly. And this is a belly band. And inside I put this journal card. Here I've layered this pretty piece of vellum. Just added some flowers here. And on this page I have made a little opening card. So that is attached to the book, but you can write inside. And then this is also a tuck spot. You can take a journal card out here. On this page there's kind of two coordinating little pictures of mushrooms, and these are actually envelopes that fold down, and inside there's just another little journaling card that opens up. So there's a similar one in the other envelope. I'm not going to take that one out. This is a flip page, opens up and there's a bird pop up there, just a simple one. And on this page I created a belly band that's up high, so this journal card folds over the top of it. And I just added this cute squirrel on there. That opens up like that for you to write. I used a couple of those in the book. We'll see those in a little bit. This is another just little scrappy notebook with different papers. Can be used for collage, or you can write in this if you care to. And that also, so this belly band folds over from the other side. And just tuck some of the pages under and leave some on top. Here I folded the edge of the page over, and then I added some butterflies to make this into a full pocket with a tag inside. And these are two little cute little square images, and they're also made into little pockets with little tiny tags inside. Jane wanted an interactive book with pop-ups and things like that, so I had a lot of fun with this one. This page opens up and has a little tuck spot inside. And this is a vintage postcard. It says Language of Flowers, Sweet Pea. And it was written on, this is from 1909. And then here's a pop-up of a nest. This takes a lot of fussy cutting, but they're really fun to do. And I just think they're really cool as a pop-up. They're really kind of a wow. Pretty graphic here that I got from the Graphics Fairy, and I just added those berries up in the corner. And here's just a little corner tuck with a simple little journal card inside. Another pop-up with some flowers. And I like how the bird is looking down at the flowers there. And here's another tuck spot with just a little journal spot again. Nothing on this one, and this one just has an image glued onto the corner, and just some butterflies glued there. On the side we have a side tuck with another journal card inside with that hummingbird. This one I used these two little images and made them into a pocket, so they're like a corner tuck on each side, and then you put the card down, or the tag down in there. Added that on the page. Postcard that's embellished a little bit. This is one I printed out, not an original one. And then when you open this up, I just put these little pennants and flags across the top. On this side, one more pocket with a journal spot. And another piece of vellum here covering this page. Another barn swallow there on the other side. And that brings us to the end of the first signature with this paper doily. All right, signature number 2. We have a little pocket here, and that wraps around to the other side of the page. So I have a little tag here, and also here. This one is again made from an old I think a children's sort of nature book. And here I have just paper clipped a journal card. And that's some old handwriting from 1894. On this side, there is a little tuck with this pretty journal card inside. And then this tuck is made from a little envelope. So there's another tiny little journal card inside that. And then you can kind of see how that is. This is the flap, and I glued it down and added that flower. Couple little tags here made from these are like tags that would be on maybe on a coat check, or like maybe on your car when you pick it up from the garage. I just did collage over the top. Some tracing paper and an old dictionary page. On this side I used another little animal, I think it's a chipmunk, and made him into a pocket. Another tag in there, or another it's kind of a journal spot. You can see I used another one of the original pages from the book, so I wanted to have that in there, that it's from 1963, this Reader's Digest book. And then this envelope is a page. Inside here is another vintage postcard, Forget-Me-Nots. This one was never mailed, so I'm not sure what the year was. It's in a different language up there. But it looks pretty old. These are all just glued on as embellishments. Oh, nope, I lied. These flip up for a little writing spot. Another piece of vellum over that German paper. I thought that was pretty. Here I cut this frame out of the Reader's Digest book, and then inside I put these little photo corners so that I could tuck this journal card in there, so you can write on the back and then tuck that back into place. And then here I have another one of those belly bands that's up high. So we have another one of these sort of hanging or folded over journal spots, journal cards. This one I added this little image kind of hanging down so that you see it underneath there, which I thought was kind of cool. Pretty owl and a page from something about bees. Here's a decorated or a patterned vellum pocket with a simple card inside with a deer on it. And then this black and white image of the woods. You can see there's a clip there, but we'll see that on the other side. It's just a little envelope that I added. And inside, of course, there's something. Just a very simple little spot to journal. And of course, those are great spots for tucking your own personal items in. Pictures or whatnot. Pretty bird from a book. And then here is the middle of the signature, and I've folded it up to make a pocket and added this little guy. And then there's a journal card on each side. It's another pop-up, the mama deer and her little baby. Another pocket made from that same bird book we saw a couple pages back. And I just tucked another little journal card in there that's mushrooms, and this little tag as well. Just added that label up there for interest. And then here we have this little journal spot. It's like a little mini booklet that opens up. You can write in there. You can tuck that like that, or however you want to put it back together. And then that just tucks under this little tag to hold it shut. Some pretty mushrooms there. Here we have a pretty bird, and this one is another butterfly pop-up. And here again, I used that idea of just stapling some scrap papers over the edge, the top of the paper, and stapling it. This is a belly band that goes vertically, and it is made out of glassine paper, and it opens up like this so that you could write in here if you wanted to, and then that just folds back closed, and you can kind of see that pattern paper through it. And then underneath I've just added another journal card. Pretty little tag here. This is actually made from a calendar page. You can see on the back. That's just glued on for embellishment. Some more of that tracing paper. And this image is made into a belly band with a tag inside. Some old music paper here, and this opens up. Inside you find a little side tuck with a little journal card with a bunny on it. And this pretty, I love this image of the birds. I love the colors. Here's a quite ornate pop-up, although it's very simple in its construction, but I just wanted it to be like a whole bunch of butterflies popping out at you. Get up a little bit. And then we're to the third signature here. Just another little row of butterflies there. This flips out. This was an envelope. And inside this one is another vintage postcard. Another language of flowers one. This one also was never posted, so I don't have a date. Little belly band or a little tuck spot there. And here I've used this lovely crinkly paper bag in there. I have another one of these sort of decorated postcards. These again are printed out. They're not original ones. And pretty bird page there. Some little bunnies. And on this side, these are kind of like matching corner tucks here. A journal card here. Simple. Simple's okay. Another pop-up here with this pretty fawn. This one can open up a little bit more like that. So cute. And a tag here with another hummingbird. And I just wrapped the wings around to the other side, so it's kind of like he's hugging the card. And then a teeny tiny little journal spot here, tucked behind this mushroom. Another really one of my favorite bird images here. Here I've used a little long skinny envelope. Just tucked a tiny little, this is just like accordion folded paper to journal on. The pretty flower image on it. And then I just glued that on either end so it became a belly band. And behind it I've tucked a couple of tags. Added the little bunny here. And I just really like the way that this spread looks with the colors. Just tucked a little tag here with a paper clip again. And then here I have a pretty spread, and I just added this little fox that I cut out. And then this page here I just left blank inside, so that could be whatever Jane would like it to be. Here I've made a row of pockets. I'm not going to take all of those out, but they're all just little journal cards with a little bit of collage on them, index cards. And another nest. All this was like really fun to cut out down here. Little tag in a little pocket. And here we have another owl page, and we have tucked another envelope over the top. This is a jeweler's envelope with a window in it, which is pretty. And just another journal spot inside here. Ooh, that one doesn't want to come out. There we go. I love the colors on that one too. I think that's pretty. I had a page like this before. I did this a while back, but I took this book page outside and laid ferns on it and then sprayed it with spray paint and got that pretty silhouette. This is a really old German book page. And then a pocket here. This is just a piece of paper from an old journal. There's nothing on it, so I'm not going to take that out. And then here's one more of those little fold over scrap papers stapled on. Pretty owl here. The other half of that paper bag, I added a label and this nice tag in here. Again, this started out from a kid's nature book. Had another tag similar to that earlier. Another little chipmunk here. This one is a corner tuck. Another couple of tags here. Pretty ones. And little up tuck here. A little folded card. Like these butterflies with the page underneath showing through. This is really, really old music paper with another journal card. Just glued on there this time for embellishment. This one doesn't open. And on the back we have one more of these little fold over journaling spots. And that brings us to the end of this book. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll be back soon with more projects. Bye-bye.